This is a showcase of our designed AR monster shooting games. Our project aims to implement an AR shooting game on Android devices. We use the SceneForm library to achieve simple augmented reality game through Google's AR Core. Overall, the game will require users to log in to play. The game will have 3 difficulties, where users have to shoot 20 monsters in shortest possible time. Now here is our demo of AR monster shooting games. Firstly, when launching the app, alert dialog will be prompted to ask the user permission of camera and location. Launching screen will then jump to the login screen, as you can see from the video. Well, if user doesn't have an account, they can jump into the sign up screen. Here, user can sign up with their email and password. And we also designed a loading animation, as you can see, for login and sign up. And this is the start game interface. Pressing the leaderboard, we can see different users' best scores, and where they play the game in different difficulties, like in easy, normal, and hard. And after they log out of the game, the user can log in the app again. Here's the easy game mode demo. As you can see, planes are stay freezing in real life. User simply touch the screen to shoot bullets. The amount of planes are shown on the top right corner. The game mode are shown on the top left corner. The gunshot sounds, hitting sounds, and sometimes plane sounds will be played in the background. Once users shoot all the planes, the application will prompt to the game results screen, where user scores, and which is the amount of time used and user best scores acquired from Firebase, and user location will be shown. Here's the normal game mode demo. This time we are facing birds, but they can randomly change their real-world locations in a random time phase. At the same time, the bullets also travel much slower, and users can give up at any time by pressing the give up button in the bottom center. As you can see, it is quite challenging to find all of them. Well, here's the hard game mode demo. This time, we're facing vehicles. Their locations change more frequently, and the bullets are traveled much even slower than the normal mode. And it is very difficult to finish hard mode in a short time. And after users shoot all of the vehicles, the result will show in the result screen, and players can play the game again or back to choose game mode screen. In order to make progress work properly, we have established a couple of threads. Our game is a time-driven game. There are 4 main threads we are going to demonstrate. Whenever the game pulls the trigger by touching the screen, a new thread will be generated to create a bullet that travels from the center of the screen to a further place in the real world. The second thread deals with the sound effect of the game, where bullet sounds will be played when pull the trigger, while explosion sounds will be played if the bullet reaches a monster. Moreover, monster sounds will be played randomly. The third thread is making the monster changing their position, and the final thread is to update time of the gameplay. For our implementation, it will access multiple sensors from the mobile device. Camera as an AR game, the application should retrieve information from the camera constantly while playing the game. When we launch into the game, the app will ask for the access of the device location. The location information will be displayed on the middle of the game finish page to inform users their current location, like Sydney or Melbourne. Firstly, we retrieve GPS information like latitude and longitude pairs, and pass the location pairs into geocoder to calculate its real location. The timer is used to record the score for the gameplay. Usually, it is the duration of killing 20 enemies. The shorter, the better. We use Firebase to manage our user information. Whenever a new player wants to sign up for the game, its email and password will be stored into the online database. To record the best score for different players, we established a table to store the result of each gameplay in different difficulties and show the ranking on user devices. We also designed a location. Along with this, we also designed the location showcase. For the difficulty stage setup, our goal is to be attractive to the potential users so that when they turn on the app, they will be into this game gradually. The strategy is to establish 3 distinct stages: easy, normal, and hard mode based on difficulty. After completing gameplay, the user can see a ranking leaderboard including its score. In our case, it is the time that the user takes to finish the gameplay, and there are personal best scores achieved by other players for each difficulty stage in our database. For easy mode, when the user moves their cameras, they can notice that the monsters are frozen in real time, and the velocity of the bullet is the normal speed. While for normal mode, we set a timer randomly, and it's always shorter than 5 seconds, and most 5 monsters will change their position within that time period, and the velocity of a bullet is 2/3 of the normal speed. While for hard mode, it's similar to the normal levels, only timer is shorter than 3 seconds, and no more than 8 monsters might change their position frequently. And notice the velocity of the bullet is 1/3 of normal speed.